Knights at the Round Table, a round table discussion on speculative fiction books and film. Hi everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Knights at the Round Table. Today we are discussing the 1999 film, The Sixth Sense. Thank you. I've been having issues with dates. And I am sitting at the table with Marjolaine, and I'd like to start with general impressions of the film. Marjolaine, you get to go first.
I like the movie. I don't watch a lot of horror movies, so I can safely say that it's my favorite. And I was afraid it wouldn't hold up to rewatching because I don't think I've watched it since, except for this weekend, since the first time in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Back when it was like the twist was the big thing, and like you could not reveal the end, and you were an asshole if you did.
Yeah.
But even knowing the end, the movie still holds up, I think. It does not need the twist to be... It's rewatchable is what I mean.
Yes.
That's mine.
Yeah, I would agree. Although, you know, the whole twist thing is spoiled now that you've already watched it.
Yeah.
But I agree, it holds up, and there are some really frightening scenes in there, like the girl under the bed and in the tent, and like that stuff is still genuinely creepy and jump scary enough that I jumped.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. All the ghosts, like especially the ones that are in his apartment, like the woman who was abused and who committed suicide, and the teenager was like, "Hey, let me show you where my dad keeps his gun," and then he turns around and
yeah. Although the creepiest scene for me is when he's at the breakfast table, and then it follows his mum out, then when she comes back, all the drawers are open. He hasn't moved, and both of his hands are on the table like this, and he's so tense and petrified, and it was genuinely creepy, like goosebumps creepy, without actually showing any of the scary stuff.
That's one thing that was really good about the movie, that it doesn't start showing the gore and the ghosts until the midway points when he reveals, "I see dead people. I see dead people."
It's the most famous line ever, still quoted to this day.
Yeah.
I see dead people. That and plot twist, Bruce Willis is the ghost.
I like how they set that up, because in the first scene of the movie, the only scene where he's alive,
the very beginning.
Very, very beginning. It's sort of hinted that there may be future relationship troubles with his wife. Like, when he gets the plaque from the city for his work as a psychiatrist, and she says, like, you give so much of yourself to your work, with this subtle hint, sometimes I take second place.
Yeah. How about you give some of yourself to me, please?
Yeah. And then
I am your wife.
So that later in the movie, when it's like he arrives late at the dinner and she won't talk to him and she sleeps alone on the couch in the basement, and like it seems that it's payoff for that it's like they're having relationship troubles now, because he's once more really obsessed with his job.
Yes. And also I really like when he's in the basement working and then the guy comes visiting. Also one of my favorite lines, "Keep walking, cheese dick."
Yeah.
And again, it hints at maybe relationship troubles. Maybe there's another guy on the scene who's starting to get her attention because her husband is ignoring her. Mm-hmm. Turns out now he's dead.
Yeah.
But I also really liked how that played into it, because without knowing it, Bruce Willis's ghost sought out this kid for help. Yeah. Like, all the ghosts seek out this kid for help, and without actually knowing that that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
And it was really beautifully done. I really do like this movie a lot. And I'm, again, not a horror movie fan. Don't like them in general. I'm particularly not a fan of the found footage stuff, I think because I'm exhausted of it all. And like blood porn, like gore porn, torture porn, there we go. Like the Saw series, have no interest in at all. It's not really scary, it's just gory and boring. Sorry, Saw franchise. I'm calling you out, don't at me.
actually do.
Or maybe do, I don't know.
Could be good for ratings.
I am starting controversy just for viewers. Oh dear. Yeah, so this did creepy really well.
Yes.
It's one of the reasons why, and I need to put this in the bowl, I want to watch A Quiet Place. Because A Quiet Place...
I've heard a lot of good things about that.
Yeah, it looks terrifying. Like, genuinely scary premise without being torture porn and only torture porn. Like, it sounds really great and scary, and I think I would really enjoy it. Also, fewer jump scares, I would imagine. I don't know.
I think the scares come... Well, it's a movie that's built around the sound design.
Yes, it's true.
So...
Which is silence, basically. Because it's a quiet place, guys. Anyway.
So any little sound would cause... Okay, yeah, back to The Sixth Sense.
Can I just say, and I've already forgotten his name and I didn't take notes for this movie, the kid. What's his name?
Cole?
Yeah, no, but the actor.
Oh, the actor...
What's his name?
Hosman something. Haley...
Yeah, Haley
Joel Hosman?
Yeah. Something like him. He's brilliant. What a fantastic actor that kid is. Mm-hmm. I'm super impressed.
Haley Joel Osment.
There we go. Haley Joel Osment.
Does he still act?
I think so. Anyway.
Anyway.
I was really impressed with his acting. He was really, really good.
He was.
Best thing about that movie, honestly.
Well, it all hinged on him, essentially. Like, any other characters could have played almost. Although, I really liked his mother.
Yes, Toni Collette, I think.
Toni Collette, I think, yeah.
She was brilliant.
She was great.
She's also a fantastic actress. I really like her. Yeah. She played that so well. And also the fraught relationship she had with her mother before her mother passed away. Yeah. That you kind of... It plays into everything that she does without it being obvious until, like, her son is like, by the way, Grandma says... And I'm just like, Mom. And then she starts crying in the car, and I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful.
I know. And I mean, in everything about her, it's like she's obviously trying so hard. She's working all the time, but she clearly does everything she can to be there for her son, and the things that are happening that she does not understand. And she's still trying to be there, trying to
yeah. She's a good
support
mom.
him. Yeah, she's a great mom.
I don't have much else to say about that.
Well, I just wanted to raise the point because good mothers, we need them in movies.
Yes. Also, about the plot twist, which the first time I watched it, I did not see coming. Even a little bit. I was like, what? Oh my god! And then so every rewatch since, I've been looking for clues to it. And even now, I'm still like, I mean, I guess kind of, sort of, but they hid that really well.
They did.
And it also makes me wonder. So the scene where they're waiting for Cole to come back from school, and it's just Bruce Willis and... What was his mother's name? Toni Collette. They're just sitting there in silence. And they're just sitting there in silence, obviously, because Bruce Willis is dead and she can't see him. But he must have knocked on the door.
Well, no, we never see him arrive to a place or leave to a place. He just, like, poofs.
Yeah, but then...
Because it seems like weird movie editing, but then when you think about it, he's a ghost. He just poofs.
It would it not have, like, registered to him? He's like, well, now suddenly I'm in a stranger's house, waiting for a kid. Like, you would think his ghost self would be like, okay... Now's my appointment. Knock, knock, knock. And even if she did open the door, she'd be standing there when nobody's there. Okay, close the door. Like, she wouldn't have stood aside or anything. So, that was one of the things I was like, but...
It's the same thing as him thinking... I was taking of it as the same thing of him trying to get to his office in the basement and not seeing that there was a table in the way, thinking that the door was locked and fishing out for his keys.
I guess.
That the ghosts only see what they want to see.
Oh, fair enough.
And that's the thing, like, during the I See Dead People scene, it's like, I see the people, they're everywhere. They don't even know they're dead. They only see what they want to see.
That was a huge clue. Like, they don't even know they're dead. And rewatching, I'm like, he's talking about you, Bruce Willis. He's talking about you.
Mm-hmm. This is the thing. From the point that after that first scene, the opening, the murder scene, no one except, I'm gonna keep calling him Cole, the kid, looks at Bruce Willis directly.
Except, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, well, I noticed the one actor that slipped up there when he was having the dinner with his wife.
Yes.
There's 1 second when she looks up and it looks like she's looking at him. And that's the only... And that moment jarred me because I was like... I was expecting her to not look at him because I knew then that he was dead and that she was sitting by herself at a restaurant and being sad. But so that one moment of... well, yeah, it's the 1 year anniversary and she's...
Yeah.
Well, it's not 1 year. It's the wedding anniversary and she's... Alone.
Celebrating the anniversary by herself.
Yeah.
Because her husband's dead.
Yeah, and it's the one scene, and it's that 1 second when she looks at him, and it was like, "Aw, you were doing so well, and now you ruined it."
I didn't notice that nobody looks at him. Nobody doesn't look at him. Double negatives. That means everybody looks at him. Nobody looks at him directly. Now I have to go back and rewatch it again. I've only seen it 7 times. The end.
And his wife was also really good, and I like the hints, well, pretty heavy hints, that she was also perceptive to the ghost and to the...
What?
Like Colin... What, you didn't catch that?
No, I did not catch that. Ooh, do explain.
Well, first when she gets into the basement to get the bottle of wine and it's really cold and she's...
Oh, yes.
Like that's... And then
she gets scared and runs back up.
She gets scared and runs back up. And when the creepy kid, the teenager, young adult person that was the former kid that Bruce Willis failed to cure. Failed to treat, yeah. And he's looking at her and he tells her, you feel it too. Those sorts of things. Like when you go to the place and you feel the chill on your arms and that like the fact that she's it's sort of how I can more or less excuse her looking at him during the restaurant scene, but that's
as if she probably senses that he's there but can't see him, kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of. I think it was just a mistake, but it could have been excused. But it's also like she works at an antique store, and there's that scene when she is trying to sell a ring, and the way she talks about that ring, it's like she's picking something up. There is something there, and I just it felt relatively like subtle, but still present and kind of obvious to me.
M.
Night Shyamalan?
Yeah, that dude. I can't think. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him dropping little things like that in on purpose rather than it just being a happy accident. Yeah. He did this is the movie that put him on the map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did a really good job with it.
And then he tried so hard to live up to it and he couldn't.
That's the problem, right? Yeah, I always live in fear of writing a really good book and then just never being able to write a good book again. It's gotta be tough. I mean, he did alright with Unbreakable.
Yeah.
It was this and Unbreakable that really put him up there.
See, when I first watched Unbreakable, I was just like, man, the twist is just twist for twist's sake. Turns out not so much, it's all part of a bigger universe. Who knew?
Well, not him then.
No, probably
I would be
not.
shocked.
Agreed. Yeah.
He made a cameo in the movie.
He does that in all of his movies. I think. I'm pretty sure he's in... I don't know if he put himself into Avatar. I didn't pay close enough attention. But he does that in almost all of his movies. Like in another movie, he's like a cab driver or a truck driver or something like that. In another horror movie he directed, he's a consultant for the medium, if I remember rightly. Or he helps... I think it was in... Shattered. What was it? Splintered. Splint. What? The one with
James... multiple personality.
Yeah. That one. He's the assistant to the psychotherapist.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he tends to insert himself into movies.
Well, I mean,
Very
he can. He's the director.
Yeah,
Why
right.
not?
Yeah, I was gonna say it. Very Hitchcock. And then there was when we were watching not Pitch Black, but Chronicles of Riddick. So I watched because I love this movie so much, I watched the director's commentary as well, and the director of that said he inserted himself into that movie too, and it's when the huge like coffin thing is falling over and Riddick's running away, you see the face on there, like it's a whole person, but that face is the director's face as it comes over. So lots of directors do it. I'm not sure that I would though if I was a director. I don't know, I didn't think I'd want to.
Well, maybe like if I was I think I'd be more tempted to do the Chronicles of Riddick, but it's just my face for one scene. But he gave himself a talking part.
Yeah, yeah. Also in Splintered, Shattered, that one, he also had a talking part. Yeah.
Yeah, that's relatively gutsy move.
Yeah, you want to hope you're a good actor. Where was it? What was he in this?
The doctor that accuses Toni Collette of being an abusive mother.
Oh, right. Because of the bruises and scratches that Cole's get.
Yeah.
Cole has, yeah.
Because after the birthday party thing.
Yeah. Because ghosts.
Because ghosts.
Apparently that is quite a common thing for people to experience. Scratches.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, every time I read, like, I went into a genuine haunted house or something, somebody will talk about, and then they came out of there, and when they were jumped in the shower that night, their back stung. It's because they had scratches all over their back. Huh. Yeah, and then you have people who say they had ghost encounters. They think they were half asleep, but when they woke up, they were covered in scratches. Like, it's a thing. It's a ghost thing.
It's just cats.
It's just cats. Yeah, I think that... I mean, maybe they do it to themselves. It sounds quite terrifying. And I've had sleep paralysis. That's friggin' terrifying. And it does feel like a haunting. Like, the last time I had it, I was lying on my side. So, ghost story time! It normally happens when you're on your back. Mm-hmm. But I was lying on my side in this particular moment. And I remember I had my hands up here like this. And then... felt the weight that you normally feel, but it was like straddling my side, like at my waist, and then it felt like, you know how old people have really bony hands?
Oh.
Felt like that, covering both my wrists and pinning me down.
Oh.
And then I couldn't breathe, and it was terrifying. And I know it's only sleep paralysis, but oh my god, is it terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing that would make you believe in ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. Now we have cats and the ghosts stay away. I love the Mummy. Yeah, that is a thing. Bruises and scratches.
Yeah.
Can't imagine it happening though. That must be so weird.
You go in a place completely fine and then you come back
and
out.
then come back and you're covered in scratches, or you wake up with bruises, or...
Happens to me all the time.
You have a child.
No, I'm just clumsy.
Oh.
Where'd you get that bruise? Meh. I hit something.
Yeah.
Same.
I clocked my shin on the coffee table. Words. My brain has flatlined. Yeah, so I do like how it incorporated... like actual ghost stories. Actual. I don't mean factual, I mean ghost stories that people have been telling. So, like, yeah, the scratches, and then, like, the drawers all being opened, even though nobody's moving, and the chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did a good job.
You did a good job.
Good job.
Well done! Oh, who's a good boy?
That does sound horribly patronizing, but he did good. He did his research and he created a good, effective story.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's because the research was so well done that the story turned out to be quite so effective, because it does pull on, like, the little things that you hear in ghost stories. Mm-hmm. And most everybody has been told at least one ghost story. So, yeah, it pulls on that little part of your memory where you're like, oh yeah, that's a thing. That's an actual thing. Actual thing. Yeah. Good movie.
Yeah. Can I make a nitpick?
Yeah.
Okay. The teacher. There's that scene with the teacher, like he's teaching the history of the school for some reason, whatever.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, he's and he gets in an argument with the kid, and like it gets almost, I want to say, mutual bullying sort of situation.
Oh, right, because Cole saw the kids hanging, right?
Yeah, well, he saw the people hanging because it used to be a courthouse, and yeah, that's one of the things you used to do in whole-time courthouses. Okay. You would hang the criminals.
Hanged by the neck until dead. Sorry, keep going.
That's good. Yeah, and the ghost told him the teacher's nickname in schools because while he was in school, and then he just keeps calling the teacher Stuttering Stan over and over again until the teacher like slams the desk and says, "Shut up, you freak." Yeah. But then by the end of the movie, it's like they get along, and he's giving them the role of Wart in their weird version of the Sword in the Stone.
I mean,
How did that happen?
Well, I have had arguments. I've had disagreements with my teachers that we've later not.
It just doesn't.
There sort of, yeah. You kind of just talk it out and then explain where you guys are coming from, and then you're like, I still don't agree, but okay. And then like, well, we don't agree, but okay. There's only
been a weird
one
discussion.
There's only one teacher that I have disagreed with vehemently that I have not later been on relatively friendly terms with. Okay. We called him God in school because he would spend chemistry class lecturing about the Bible. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was, yeah. But yeah, I can see. But also, I would imagine, I mean, how old was Cole in the movie?
8-ish?
So, teachers, I think, are like, kids. I don't think they'd hold massive grudges unless they're awful people.
Yeah, no, okay. I guess I just wish it had been more of a transition.
Okay, yeah. No, I see what you mean.
But
I didn't
like
even
I said,
pay attention
nitpick.
to that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. As far as horror movies go, I think I like it the best. Thus far? I'm trying to think of other horror movies I've seen.
Well, for my case, it's only that and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, yes! Oh, 90s horror.
There's Scream.
Yeah, I was gonna say Scream.
Final Destination.
Yeah, no, that's just more torture porn. It is kind of. It's just, you skip death, so we're going to bring death to you in various ridiculous ways. Was Scream the comedy spoof of I Know What You Did Last Summer?
No.
No, the original Scream, I think he's talking about, yeah?
Yeah, no.
But, it's sort of a spoof of all horror movies, all slasher films.
With
But
Courtney
it is
Cox
comedic,
and David
right?
Arquette, the one where they met and...
You're probably thinking the one with the Wayans brothers.
What's that? That one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that was making fun of Scream.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The one with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Neve Campbell, David Arquette and Courtney Cox, where they met and got married.
Yes. Sure.
I haven't seen the movie, but I know a lot of trivia about it.
Yes, I know, that's impressive. Yeah. Yes, thank you. I haven't seen an awful lot of horror movies, but of the ones that I have seen, The Sixth Sense is definitely my favourite. Mostly because the story is so beautifully crafted, and a good story will catch me every single time. It doesn't really matter the genre. And it was a good story, well acted.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Alright, star rating and final thoughts.
Well, final thoughts, you just took them right out of my mouth.
Oh, well,
so
there
thank
you go. You're welcome. You're free to use them.
So star rating 3.5-ish, 4. I mean, I liked it, but I liked that there wasn't a lot of gore, but the gore that was there does bring the rating down a little bit because I'm squeamish.
Oh, okay.
There's a reason I don't watch horror movies.
I'm not squeamish at all. Gore doesn't bother me. So this was a 4 for me. Good, solid film. that I really enjoyed. I highly recommend. Also, if you haven't watched it by now and we just spoiled everything, sorry, Bruce Willis is dead.
I think after 19 years.
You're right, yeah, I know, but people
That's
still
what,
gonna get
like the big discussion that happened, I think, around the time the movie came out, and after that, like, it started a discussion on spoilers. I remember,
spoilers,
like,
yeah.
when is it okay to spoil a movie? Is there a time limit? Like,
no, it's never okay. Tough luck.
Also, if we have spoiled, we're sorry.
If you're watching a review...
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Maximum Overdrive.
Woo! We just added this one to the bowl. Literally today. So the next movie that we're going to be reviewing is the 1986 film Maximum Overdrive. If you have any thoughts about The Sixth Sense, leave them down in the comments below. I lurk, so sometimes I might reply. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any other suggestions for films we should be doing, let us know. Thanks very much, guys. Bye!
Let's stop arguing about food.
Glorious food.